Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the very last week of Summer Reading Club. It's kind of wild that we're already that far along. So, this week we are going to make awesome bubble art. This is so much fun. So, for this craft, you are going to need some watercolor paper or a canvas. Really, anything you have. You can even use regular paper, construction paper, anything. You're going to need some bubbles. Make sure you have enough that you can pour it into a few different bowls. So, in those bowls, you're going to pour a bunch of bubble solution. Oh, this won't show without spilling. You're going to pour a bunch of bubble solution and add a couple drops of food coloring. So, I will take this down so you can see. Alright, so you can see here I've got different bowls with different colors of food coloring. So as you can see here, I have a lot of bottles of food coloring. You're going to want to put a lot of drops in with the bubble solution because otherwise it's not going to be very bright and it won't show up super well on your paper. So the last thing you're going to need for your bubble paint is you're going to need some tape. And that's because we're going to make this into a bubble tape with a pattern underneath. So I am going to put my first initial. So my name is Georgia. So I am going to take my paper and I'm going to make tape in the shape of a G. And you can do this for the shape of the first letter of your name. You could try to spell out your whole name. I think that would be kind of tricky. Or like I did here, you can just make it whatever kind of pattern you want. So I'm just going to go along here, pulling up the tape and making it into the shape of a G. Now, if you want, you don't even have to put the tape down. It's just fun to see what kind of patterns it makes. So I'm going to use some scissors so I can get nice square ends. And stretching it out and cutting down. So you're going to repeat this as many times as you need to get all of the letters of your name. If you want, you can even make maybe somebody else's name if it's their birthday or something. I think that would be a nice present, some art that you made for them. And if you really, really want, you could make a picture with the tape. But I think that's too complicated for me. So I'm just going to stick with the letter G. One last strip, and we will be good to go. Now, this is going to require a little bit of us being very patient and waiting for it to dry, because it will get super messy if we try and pick it up or move things before it's dried. All right, so you can see I've made a big old G. It looks backwards to you, but I promise you this is a right G. It is the right shape. So we are going to move to a surface that you can easily wipe off for the next part of the craft. So I'm going to do this on the floor on some nice linoleum so it's safe to wipe off. Mom and Dad, you might want to do this in a garage, in the driveway, or put down a plastic sheet and do it on there. All right, my friends, so I am on the ground now. You can see I have my G, and beside me I have my food coloring bubbles. You're also going to want to make sure you have some paper towel on hand for any spills. I would recommend starting with a darker color because if you start with something really light like a yellow, it's just going to be covered up by the darker colors. So one thing you're going to want to remember is that between colors, you want to wipe off your wand because otherwise you'll get all the colors mixed up. Or you can just decide that you want all the colors mixed up and do it that way. So I'm going to get the purple and blow. And it will get on my paper and make a lovely color. If you have a bigger target, that's better because it's easier to hit it. If it's too big, if it's too little, you might not be able to get bubbles on it. And so I'm just re-dipping and starting over whenever I need to. And you're going to want to do a lot of layers like this because otherwise it's not super colorful. So I'm going to do a bunch more colors and I'll be back soon. All right, my friends, as you can see, I have some food coloring all over my face from blowing the bubbles. But look at what I have made. So I did lots of different coats of the bubbles. But as you can see, this isn't dry yet. It's getting kind of wrinkly. So I'm going to lay it down and I'm going to be patient and I'm going to wait for it to dry. But first, while we're waiting for it to dry, we should probably clean up because I know I made a little bit of a mess on my floor. So I'm going to take some paper towels and I'm going to clean it up. And then we might have a finished picture. Okay, I think it is dry enough for me to take this off. So I'm going to be very careful. I want to make sure I don't rip the paper. And I'm just going to slowly pull it back. So far, so good. And slowly down. And across. Ta-da! Check it out, guys. Yours probably looks so cool because this is such a fun way to make some paint. That is all for today. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.